Hello. The cops knocked on my door one day and told me I had a 15-year-old daughter I never knew about. Her mom's in jail for life, and now I've got no idea what to do. When I was a teenager, I dated this girl, Linda. Out of nowhere, she broke up with me, and I never got an explanation. Fast forward about 15 years, and here come the police telling me Linda was pregnant back then. She got mixed up in some serious drug charges, and when they asked if her daughter had any family, she mentioned me as the dad. After a paternity test, it turns out I do have a daughter with Linda. So now my daughter is coming to live with me. I've never been a dad. I don't have any kids or a significant other, just my dogs. So I'm pretty clueless about taking care of a teenager. The social worker told me Linda was neglectful, and my daughter isn't used to being cared for or having any structure, which will be a big adjustment for her. She advised me to be patient and show her love and support, even if she doesn't seem to want it. I've got a room ready for her in my apartment. It's pretty basic since I didn't want to overwhelm her. She's arriving today, and I'm just hoping for some support and maybe some tips. A few days later, I posted that my daughter, 15, was coming to live with me. I had no idea about her until her mom went to jail. It's been a big adjustment for both of us. I told her when I picked her up that I know this is new for both of us, and it'll take time to adjust. She's been through a lot. She's very underweight and not used to having regular meals. I put a snack bin in her room so she doesn't feel the need to hide food. I told her she can get food from the kitchen whenever she wants, but that seemed to overwhelm her, so now it's just a snack bin. I also have breakfast and dinner and lunch on weekends at consistent times so she knows a meal is coming. She's having nightmares and screams sometimes. She hasn't told me what they're about, and I don't expect her to yet, but whatever it is, it was traumatic for her. I'm looking for a therapist to help her out. On a positive note, I've gotten her to open up a bit. She loves my dogs. She's smart, loves to read, and enjoys playing basketball. I told her some stuff about myself too. She's pretty quiet and reserved, but things aren't too bad so far. One evening, as we wwere having dinner, she started telling me about her school. She mentioned how different it is from the places she had been before. TM's been in and out of schools, never really settling down in one place. She spoke about her favorite subjects, and it turns out she's quite good at science. I could see a spark in her eyes when she talked about her favorite experiments and how she loved learning about the stars and the universe. It made me think that maybe, despite everything, she still had dreams and hopes. One day, she asked if she could redecorate her room. She wanted to paint the walls and put up some posters. I agreed, thinking it would help her feel more at home. We spent a weekend painting her room a soft lavender color. She chose posters of galaxies, planets, and a few of her favorite bands. It was a bonding experience for us. I learned more about her during that weekend than I had in the few weeks she had been living with me. She told me about her favorite music, books she liked, and even shared some memories of her life with her mom, although those were few and far between. One afternoon while we were walking the dogs, she suddenly asked, "Did you ever think about having kids?" The question caught me off guard. I told her that I hadn't really thought about it much, but if I had known about her, I would have done everything I could to be there for her. She was quiet for a moment, then nodded, as if she understood. It was a small moment, but it felt significant. Update 2. A lot of you have seen my post about finding out I had a 15-year-old daughter and getting custody of her. Things have been going pretty well. Today she was in the kitchen doing homework. After finishing, she started playing with my dogs, but left a few papers out. I asked her about them, and she said they were tests she had that week. She'd gotten A's in chemistry, history, and geometry after being at the school for less than 2 weeks. I was really impressed. Not because I didn't think she was smart, but because she just started a new school and is dealing with a big life adjustment. I told her that was amazing, and shared how at her age, I only cared about sports and friends. She said she enjoys learning and reading as an escape from life. It made me realize how tough things were for her with her mom. We started making a routine. Mornings were for school, afternoons for homework and some playtime with the dogs, and evenings were for dinner and maybe a movie or reading. It was good to have a routine, something stable. She seemed to appreciate it too. She was opening up more, sharing little bits of her day, her thoughts, and feelings. She even started calling me Dad, which was both heartwarming and a bit overwhelming. It felt like I was finally making progress. Update 3. I've been posting a lot recently about my daughter. We went out to eat because I didn't feel like cooking. I found out my daughter had never had tacos before, so we went out for tacos. We were having a casual conversation until a mother with her 2 young daughters came in. They were having fun and clearly loved each other. My daughter got quiet and kept staring at them. She didn't say anything until we were driving home. She said it's hard seeing girls have a good relationship with their moms because she never had that with hers. She started crying and wanted to be left alone for the rest of the night. It's hard seeing her upset and knowing I can't fix the past, but I'm trying to be a good parent for her now. I remember that night vividly. I wanted to comfort her, to tell her everything would be okay, but I knew she needed space. I sat outside her room for a while, just in case she needed me. The next morning she came out for breakfast, her eyes red from crying, but she gave me a small smile. It was a tough night for both of us, but I hope she knew she wasn't alone. Update 4. It's been a little over 2 months since I got custody of my daughter. She gives me a hard time, but I understand she's been through a lot. We're both in therapy to help. This week she's been really rude and arguing with me. During one argument, she shared some very personal stuff about her rough start in life. I tried to comfort her, and she said I'm pretty good at being a dad for a newbie. I laughed and thanked her. She then said, "Thanks, Dad," which made my whole year. We've had our ups and downs, but overall things are getting better. We even started a small garden on the balcony. She wanted to grow some flowers and maybe a few herbs. It was a new project for us, something to work on together. She seemed to enjoy it, and it gave us more time to bond. Update 5. My daughter has been through a lot, and now she's been diagnosed with leukemia. She's been strong during this fight, but it's been tough. She's starting a stem cell transplant soon, which will be a new chapter for her. Today I'm spoiling her, because things will be hard for a while. Please send good vibes and thoughts our way. The diagnosis hit us hard. I remember sitting in the doctor's office trying to process the information. My daughter sat next to me holding my hand. She didn't say much, just stared at the floor. The next few days were a blur of appointments, tests, and meeting with specialists. She was brave, much braver than I felt. We talked about the treatment plan, what to expect, and the challenges ahead. She asked a lot of questions, and I did my best to answer them. We spent the evening before her transplant watching her favorite movies and eating her favorite foods. I wanted to make sure she felt loved and supported. It was a tough night, knowing what was coming, but we got through it together. Update 6. My daughter came home from a month of inpatient chemo. She's happy to be home and see our dogs. I've been reading to her since reading has always comforted her, but chemo has made it harder for her to read on her own. She's been taking her frustration out on me, which I understand. She's only 15 and has been through so much. We're taking things one day at a time and trying to stay positive. The first few days home were rough. She was tired, nauseous, and just overall miserable. I tried to make things as comfortable as possible for her. We spent a lot of time cuddled up on the couch watching movies or just talking. I read to her every night, even if she fell asleep halfway through. It was a small thing, but it seemed to help. We had a lot of visitors, family, and friends who wanted to show their support. It was overwhelming at times, but I was grateful for the love and support we received. My daughter seemed to appreciate it too, even if she didn't always show it. Update 7. My daughter has been doing better since being home. She still has a long way to go, but we're hopeful. I want to thank everyone for the support and love we've received. It means a lot to us. She's been stronger than I ever imagined. We've had some good days where she feels almost normal, and we can forget about the cancer for a while. We go for walks, play with the dogs, and even started baking together. It's been therapeutic for both of us. She's still struggling with her appetite, and it's a constant battle to get her to eat enough. But we're making progress little by little. She's been gaining some weight back, and her energy levels are improving. The nightmares have lessened, and she's been sleeping better. Therapy has been helping her cope with everything, and I'm proud of how far she's come. Update 8. It's been a while since I last posted. My daughter is doing better, and we're getting ready for the stem cell transplant. It's a big step, and we're both nervous but also hopeful. She's been so strong throughout this whole process, and I couldn't be prouder of her. We've been spending a lot of time together, just enjoying each other's company. We've had some tough conversations about what to expect and how to handle the challenges ahead. She's been asking a lot of questions, and I try my best to answer them honestly. We've also been making plans for the future, talking about the things she wants to do once she's feeling better. The day of the transplant was nerve-wracking. We arrived at the hospital early, and I stayed by her side the whole time. The procedure went smoothly, and now it's just a matter of waiting and hoping for the best. She's been resting a lot, and I've been doing everything I can to keep her comfortable. Update 9. My daughter is recovering from the transplant, and things are looking positive. She's been in good spirits, and we've had some really good days. We're taking it one day at a time, and I'm grateful for every moment we get to spend together. We've started planning a small celebration for when she's feeling better. She wants to have a party with our family and friends to celebrate her recovery and the end of this difficult chapter. It's given her something to look forward to, and it's been a great motivator for her. She's been getting stronger every day, and her doctors are pleased with her progress. We're hopeful that she'll make a full recovery and be able to live the life she deserves. I'm so proud of her strength and resilience, and I know she's going to do amazing things in the future. Update 10. It's been a long and challenging journey, but my daughter is finally in remission. She's been through so much, and her strength and determination have been truly inspiring. We've had our ups and downs, but we've come out stronger on the other side. We've celebrated her recovery with our family and friends, and it was a joyous occasion. She's looking forward to starting school again and getting back to a normal life. We've made plans for the future, and I can't wait to see all the amazing things she'll accomplish. Thank you to everyone who has supported us throughout this journey. Your love and encouragement have meant the world to us. We're excited to see what the future holds and are grateful for every moment we get to spend together. In the end, this experience has taught me so much about love, resilience, and the importance of family. I never imagined I'd find myself in this situation, but I'm grateful for the chance to be a father to such an incredible young woman. We've been through a lot, but we're stronger for it, and I know we can face anything that comes our way. Bye-bye.